that assassination attempt were inspiring. Um, you, instead of shying away from things, instead of ducking down, you. And I think that is America. That is strength under fire. And part of the reason why I was excited to endorse you as the president of the United States is that was just incredibly inspiring. But I mean, what was it like for you? Not pleasant. I have to be. There was blood. I had more blood. I didn't know I had that much blood. The doctors later told me that the ear alternative you could even think about because it went at the right angle and They surreal, but it wasn't surreal. I was telling somebody who are like a lot less than this situation, and I never felt that way. I knew immediately that it was at the ear. Yeah. And shout, bullets, bullets, get down, because I went down. So I'm glad I went down. The bigger miracle was that I was looking in the exact direction of the shooter, and so it hit me at an angle that was. For those people that don't believe in God, I think we got to all start thinking about. I'm a believer now. I'm more of a believer, I think, and a lot of people have said that to me. All because I put down a chart on immigration that showed that I love that chart even more. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe that's a sign. It's an immigration sign. You have it. Missed your head. The amazing thing is that I said, bring down that sign on immigration, and it was literally about an eighth of a second where it would be good, and after that it was going to be a disaster, no matter which way you were facing. But it just had that perfect angle, which was exactly at the situation. As you know, we lost somebody that was great, Corey, a firefighter, a great gentleman, a great trumper. He was just a friend of mine came up, Elon, and said, I'd like to give the family some kind of help. And he wrote out a check for $1 million, gave it to the wife. And, she said, this is really nice, but I'd rather hit really badly. They thought they were not going to make it, and they did. The doctors were incredible. They saved the two. And they were really hit tough, both of them, equally. Yeah. And we thought, because we had a massive crowd there, a tremendous, thousands and thousands of people, and there was no land. It was all people. So I said, how many people have been killed? Because I knew there were other shots being fired. And they said, we don't know yet, but some people have been badly hurt. And I have to give the Secret Service a sniper, they call him, or sharpshooter, but sniper, because he didn't know. He's an extraordinary shot, obviously, and he didn't know there was a problem. And he was able to pick it all out within 5 seconds. And he used one. He was on the opposite side of the field and the podium, and he saw the smoke and the flame from the gun, immediately recognized it. Perfect shot from very far away. And if he didn't badly hurt and killed, so I have to. Also a surreal. He's been with them for 23 years. He's never had anything like this, and all of a sudden he has to act, and it's a very tough to be shooting somebody. But he saw the gun, saw the smoke, saw the good vision, which I assume you have to have in that particular work. But he took aim very quickly, and they say it was approximately 5 seconds from long range, one bullet. If that didn't happen, because the shooter had a lot of bullets, he had a lot of
Well, that's clearly, he was very the attempted assassination. But I mean, there does seem to be, some pretty significant failings elsewhere in the system. Like, there's just no way that, like, how on earth does that seems crazy. I think most people people are wondering how that.
Should have been nobody on the roof. There were people, because there were so many tens of thousands of people there. There were with a red shirt and Trump all over it, and she's screaming. Well, that guy's got a gun. You saw it probably. There's a guy up there with a gun.
It's like, I'm just, for my part, and I think probably many members of the public are wondering how the heck are, basically on the roof with a gun. And they're seeing it, but somehow it's not being addressed.
Who sort of had an idea, and then ultimately a man lifted himself up to the roof, could barely do it because he was pulling himself. Saw the man with the gun. The man with the gun pointed the gun at him. He thought he was probably. And because of that, he couldn't get to his gun. And he fell down, actually very badly hurt his... and he did, from what I understand, he did say, there's a guy up there. I think it forced the shooter to go maybe quicker. He was supposed to be a very good shot.
Yeah.
My sons, Don and Eric, what happened, but they said from 130 yards, bad shot would hit that target almost every time. They said it's like in golf, sinking a 2-foot putt.
Yeah, it's not a hard... It's not a...
The Secret Service person had the long shot. He had a, triple. So, it was a terrible thing. They're screaming. But other people also, because people saw this happen. You had so many people. One of the miracles was that nobody ran. I mean, if a gun goes off, the crowd control people showed a soccer match or some kind of a match. Everybody flees. They call it stampede, like cattle. But everybody, and a lot of people get killed with those stampedes. More people than you'd have at, some of these matches or these games. And nobody left. You had a small group behind us in the grandstand, and that was full. It was taking place. And normally they'd be running. They didn't leave. They saw that I was hurt. They saw a lot of blood. And it's almost like they wanted to be with me. Well, out front, you had thousands, tens of thousands of people. As far as the eye could see, it's what makes it so different, because normally things happen that aren't good, but you never have a picture of it. Here we have amazing. But one of the interesting things was that you didn't have anybody flee. You didn't have anybody stampede.
Sure.
Looking like, I'll tell you, you want to have them in a foxhole with you. I want to meet some of those people because it's so different from what you heard. But so I was down, but the Secret Service, you could hear them go whizzing, and these guys came jumping on top of me. They moved so fast, and let me tell you, that took tremendous courage. Now, there was a lack of coordination. Somebody that building